Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum against AEW Dark. This is from September 14th, 2021. What is interesting about it? Lots is interesting about it. But most of all, the one thing that I find really interesting is that this is the first from the place where they taped in Orlando, Florida, at the old Impact Zone, but now it is where they're going to film Dark. So we're going to get a month worth of Dark episodes, and then we're going to get, I guess they're going to record there again. Next time, I'm definitely going to try to go. Let's just jump into it. Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. We got Tony Schiavone and Taz. Super awesome. First match. The Butcher, and the Blade with the Bunny against Hunter Knott and Rosario Grillo. Hunter and Rosario have had a couple of matches. Of course, they're not going to win. This is a foregone conclusion match. So we don't discuss things on a blow-by-blow basis. I mostly talk about how I think it's important, whether it worked, and then I have a 3-check system for these kind of matches, which are squash matches, enhancement matches, whatever you want to call them. Foregone conclusion is what I call them. I grade them on a 3-check scale. 1 check mark if the proper entity or person is put over. In this case, Butcher and the Blade definitely win. Do they win in definitive fashion? Yes. Powerbomb neckbreaker combination. And does the losing side look good in the process or get a disproportionately large amount of offense? Well, they looked good in the process. Their job was to make the Butcher and Blade look formidable, and they most certainly did that. We had a great little segment setting up Jade Cargill against Layla Hirsch. So that was a nice little promo segment with Alex Marvez. I thought it was very effective to build up their upcoming match. The second match was Anna Jay, who had been on a bit of a tear since joining the Dark Order, against Ashley D'Ambrose. This was a good exhibition. Now, Anna Jay is going to take a little while to really get into the swing of things, but this was a match where there weren't any huge mistakes, where Anna Jay won with the Queen Slayer, that kind of thing. And Ashley D'Ambrose is proving to be one of their most relied on sort of enhancement talents on the women's side. This was her 8th or 9th match, I believe. Anna Jay wins. 3 check marks, and then afterwards, the Bunny attacks Anna Jay from behind, but Tay Conti storms on the ring, makes the save. So we're further establishing all of those dynamics. Good stuff. Third match, 2.0 with Daniel Garcia against the Lockhart brothers. We've never seen the Lockhart brothers before, but I have a feeling that we will see them again. They did a good job here. They got some offense in, really made 2.0 look a little bit vulnerable at different points, but at the end of the day, 2.0, they're smooth as silk. They're really good in these roles. And by the end, they totally look dominant. So they connected with 2 for the show, 3 check marks, and then Garcia demolishes the Lockhart brothers afterwards. So they're obviously trying to make Daniel Garcia and 2.0 look like something more formidable. Fourth match, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cough in the mic. Jade Cargill, who is 13-0, by the way, with Mark Sterling at ringside against Angelica Risk. I like Angelica Risk a lot. This is, I believe, her 3rd match with AEW. It's a foregone conclusion, and it's much the song remains the same, which is Cargill hits usually 3 or 4 moves, hits the Jaded, gets the win, 3 check marks, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, get a promo with Diamante vowing that it's not going to be over between her and Big Swole in spite of losing the 3 strikes match. So that's nice. I think it's a good program from both, and I'm happy to see that feud continue. 5th match, we got Fuego del Sol against the Mysterious Movado. We have not seen the Mysterious Movado before. And as you would think, Movado actually does get some offense in there, but this is about starting to give wins to Fuego del Sol. By the way, how many matches has Fuego del Sol lost? 40. And he's won 2, now 3. He wins with that Tornado DDT for his 3rd win. 3 check marks. I felt this was these guys have obviously worked together before because they showed us a lot. Movado got a bow and arrow, for example. So there's definitely a bit of a back and forth, but Fuego de Sol wins, of course. Kosh, who is 0-1, is taking on Sean Spears here. Sean Spears is obviously going to get the win, gets it with the C4, looks dominant and brutal in the victory. 3 check marks, and we're moving on. 7th match, a little bit of a different look. Another trios match. So we get Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta, with Chris Statlander at ringside, of course, against the Hybrid 2 and Joro Joel in a 6-man tag team match. Even though we all know who's going to win and who all is going to take the pin, I will call this competitive because the Hybrid 2 is on the opposite side. So these kind of matches, what I call competitive matches, we do on a different kind of grading scale. 1 check mark if both sides look good, and they most certainly did. This is the best that Joro Joel has looked, for example, and Wheeler Yuta from his time in AEW for that matter. They do a good job directing traffic with the 6 people involved in the match. So that's a check mark. 1 team gets put over definitively. Of course they do. Orange Cassidy, he's the star in this thing. He hits the orange punch to pick up the victory against you-know-who. Of course, it's not going to be either one of the TH2 guys. It's against Joro Joel. And then a 3rd check mark if something feels like it is advanced. And it most certainly does, as the brouhaha will most certainly continue between the Hardy family office and the best friends. So 3 check marks. And that's the way that we end our show. And I really like the set. I really like how it looks. I really like how it sounds. And they did a good job putting this show together. So Dark, which is, it's going to be generally the weak sister to AEW Dark Elevation. But I think they're onto something here with these studio filmings. The matches all had good energy to them. It was nice to have a crowd there that was really into what was going on. So I'll take it.